Hey, what's up, guys? I'm in airport now. I don't know if you guys saw this recent video that's on social media. I thought I would, kind of chime in on it because I thought it was kind of interesting. There's apparently this lady who was in a situation where a little boy who looked like he was about maybe 8, 7, brushed up against her butt. And this lady, they're calling her Corner Store Caroline, apparently, it was calling the cops and was like, I've been assaulted. The little boy sexually assaulted me. And she was like, he grabbed my butt. He grabbed my butt. Oh, thank you. You say you enjoy my channel. Well, I enjoy you too. Thank you very much. Um, she's like, he grabbed my butt. He assaulted me. And it's the funniest video ever. It's freaking hilarious. And I think that this video is great. Yeah, literally, the lady literally was talking about a 7-year-old kid and saying that she was sexually assaulted because he grabbed her butt. And so I gotta whisper because I'm in the airport. And so the somebody filmed it, thank God, because it's kind of ridiculous. And it's interesting because the video is great for a couple reasons. One, it really highlights how crazy the whole Me Too movement has become. How it's kind of become the creation of modern day lynch mob behavior toward pretty much all men, but mostly black men. The same lynch mobs that you had that would murder a black man and cut off his balls for touching Miss Sally. That's kind of what you're seeing right now. In fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but Black Wall Street, billions of dollars in black wealth, was mutilated when they burned down all of Black Wall Street and killed a bunch of people and locked a lot of people up. For what? For a black man allegedly brushing up against a white woman on the elevator. Did you know that? The same thing that happened with this Corner Store Caroline situation is pretty much identical to what happened with the destruction of Black Wall Street. Now, what I think you got to really think about here, so there's a part of it that's ridiculous, a part of it you can laugh about, a part of it you should cry about. The ridiculous part is that it just shows how people now are equating every time a white woman's made uncomfortable, they're calling that rape, they're calling that sexual assault. That ain't the same as sexual assault, that ain't the same as rape. I've had my butt grabbed and pinched, and it ain't the same as having somebody rape me. Okay, so let's just get off of that dumb shit. The part that's funny is the fact that it shows just she really is a liability to the Me Too movement because she really shows how stupid it's gotten, how dumb it is, right? Just how crazy, some of these women are. Some of them are out of their fucking mind. We got crazy ass men out here, we know that. But the Me Too movement harnesses a ton of the crazy women out here. The third thing it does is it shows you history. It ain't nothing but history. Why do you think that 10-year-old black boys get shot like they're grown men? Why do you think that a little Tamir Rice can get shot at the age of 11 with a toy gun, and the cop never thought for a second that he might be a child? Why do you think that they want to incarcerate black boys as if they are grown men? Put them in grown men prison where they're getting raped right now. I had a relative who got sent to grown man prison. He got raped many, many times. It was terrible. They do that because they don't see little black boys as boys. They see them as grown-ass men, and they see them as predators. So what I really want you guys to understand is that this is nothing but a precursor. If there had been no witnesses and he had been a little older, let's say 22 years old, she could have called the police and told the police anything, and they will go lock your son up with it. They will put your son in jail. So you got to protect your kids because these predators out here, and I'm telling you, the Me Too movement is filled with predators. These opportunistic predators will be happy to send your son to prison for 30 years because he allegedly brushed up against Miss Sally's ass. That's the thing. They literally, if you ask them, if you was to survey them and say, should a man get 30 years in prison for grabbing an ass? They would say, absolutely. He should go to prison for 30 years for grabbing my ass. No, you shouldn't. You don't go to prison 30 years for grabbing an ass. Maybe for rape, absolutely. But grabbing an ass ain't the same as rape. But they're not making a distinction now, and it's becoming ridiculous. But at the same time, it's a reminder of where we are as a people. When you start seeing stuff like this happen, it's showing you who people really are, where they really stand. where you need to stand to protect yourself. So ultimately, when I saw that little boy being accused of being a predator at the age of 7, being traumatized by this crazy ass woman, I thought about, so many of your sons, the little boys in our communities who are going to be grown men, and all that they might go through. Let me check in my passport because I'm about to get my. Do you need my passport, babe? Here's my passport. Does she need me? Or can I keep talking to my friends?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you
Okay.
know.
We're checking into my flight to China.
No boarding pass.
No, they gave us no boarding pass yet. We're going to Beijing today, and I haven't been to China since 2013, so I'm pretty excited. You can see that the gate agents are Chinese, and we're at the gate. Let me see. Pinhead Larry says, "Enjoy your trip." Thank you, thank you. Where was the boy's father? I agree, man. We need daddies around, man, for real. I mean, seriously, if you out here using your penis and making babies, like find some way to be around your kids. Do what you got to do, and don't have a kid with an idiot ass woman who doesn't think she needs a man, because that makes it even worse. Just be a decent man, fight your way into her life or the baby's life, and do what you got to do. It's kind of crazy when you just kind of know that if the child is black, there's a high likelihood that the father's not around. And it's not putting it on the fathers or putting it on the mothers. It's just we can't get along. We always busy fighting and hating each other and stuff. But by the way, do this. Hit the share button, subscribe button, and all that on the channel. Also, I created like this little group for exclusive members. It's called the League of Intelligent Black People, and you can actually we ask you to support the channel, but in exchange for that, you get some special privileges and access that regular people don't get. Free classes, things like that, whatever it is you want. So feel free. You can go to intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. It allows us to keep making movies and creating powerful content for the black community, because as you know, what we say on this channel is different from what you hear anywhere else. I used to go on TV a lot. I don't go on TV anymore because mainstream media doesn't have a space for black people who really tell this kind of a truth. That's going to change. I believe in a generation we'll have TV networks that allow, people with this kind of voice to speak. But in this generation, we're going mostly to social media, but people like myself or maybe a Tariq Nasheed or a Michi X or a Vicky Dillard aren't going to be on mainstream TV. Zaza Ali isn't going to be mainstream, right? So anyway, let me see here. I'm going to look at some of your questions here. They are locked up. Look up the 9% of the world's population is black, prison population is black Americans. I agree. It's slavery. There's no question about it. They were at the grocery store. Let me see, I'm looking at your comments. They were at the grocery store, not at a place where you must have two parents. Good point. Daddy could have been at home. Let's stop assuming now. They know damn well if the father were present, they wouldn't try to pull it. That's so true. Yeah, y'all gotta understand, like, when a daddy's around, the dynamic changes. When a child has a father as an advocate, the teachers deal with the child differently. The predators, like the R. Kelly types, are different. They're not going to be trying to sneak up and creep up with your 13-year-old daughter if they know daddy's around. Fathers are very important for protecting and guarding. So you got to make sure, you just give it credibility. You know what I mean? Just give it credence, right? Let's stop thinking that the role of a man is not important. Because I would never, as a man, ever assume that the role of the woman was not important. So we gotta, I know the rest of the world doesn't value black men and black fathers, but we have to triple value them because that makes up for the deficit. We're very important, my brother. Yep, I agree. I appreciate what you're doing. I was having the same conversation just yesterday with a friend of mine. Absolutely, right on. Hey, Dr. Watkins, what's up, Marcella? LaDonna Hightower says, children need great fathers. Yes, they do. Melissa 22, not there. How do you know the father wasn't at work? Excellent point. Let me see. Brenda says, have a blessed time. Stay safe. Thank you. Let's see here. Edutain, have a great trip. Bring back some yuans for the reset. I do got a little bit of currency from different places. I probably just put it in a drawer somewhere. Remember Emmett Till? Yeah, this is an Emmett Till type situation. That's what it was. It was harmless in the sense that nothing bad really came out of it. But understand, like, people have died like this. This is why I've always said, anybody who falsely accuses a person of a crime, especially if it's something serious like a sexual assault, if it's proven that you lied, you should go to prison. You should go to prison for at least a decade. I think 20, 30 years. Just like you want to send black men to prison like it ain't no thing. 20, 30 years, you don't care about the rest of his life. Well, you know what? If you falsely accuse somebody, you get caught. I'm sorry, Miss Becky, but you got to go to prison too. If the prison's good enough for him, then it's good enough for you. Hey, I just found a baby. The baby's walking around. Let me see here. Get half the attention. I can only imagine the trauma that the little boy has now. I agree. I agree. I mean, he's probably wondering, like, did I really do something wrong? And you want to talk about victim blaming.
Wanna go over here and eat?
Yeah, let's go over here.
Okay.
I've never eaten here. Let's check out the menu. Is this mine?
I don't know. You have to look at your name.
Okay,
Yeah, that's yours.
mine. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna sit down and eat. But I agree with you. I mean, a white woman will shed 10 million tears in 5 seconds flat over victim blaming, right? How traumatized she is and how her feelings are hurt when you falsely accuse her of lying about an assault or whatever it is. Well, this is a little boy. This is a child, So if a grown-ass woman could be traumatized for being falsely accused of making a false accusation, then how do you think a little boy feels when he's been called a sexual predator in public? Seriously, like y'all talk about slut shaming, victim shaming, all that shit. Well, you are criminal shaming. You basically looking at an innocent.
So we can eat here, but
You
the
wanna eat
thing
here?
is, we have like a half hour before we get on our flight. So I don't know if we want
We
to
board in
grab
30
something.
minutes? I thought we
What
board.
time is 4 o'clock?
Right. It's
She
late.
said they start boarding at 4:30.
Oh.
You are
So-
taking this flight?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
We boarding around 4:30.
yeah, let's sit down and eat. Let's sit down and eat. See what they got.
He said it takes about 20 minutes for like if you get chicken or
Any protein will take time to
will
cook.
take time
Okay.
to do.
Well, let's sit down. Let's sit
But
down.
you
We
still
have
wanna sit
other
down?
options,
Yeah,
like
we have
you
other
can go for
options.
salad.
Okay.
Let's sit down.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to push it
Oh no.
with that.
Let's sit down.
Go to the bar.
We're sitting down to eat. See y'all see my day-to-day life, right? Anyway, I'm about to go, so don't forget it's intelligentblackpeople.com. So I hope you'll join the tribe. Just literally like a penny a month would help us do more stuff here. So feel free to go to intelligentblackpeople.com and I'll make it worth your while. It's not a donation. It is an investment that allows you. Thank you. Exclusive access and things like that. So, and education as well. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.